Okay, so welcome back. I hope you drank some water. Okay. So we're gonna continue now. I'm gonna share my screen with you. Okay. Okay, so this is our lesson 3. Just acknowledge if you can hear me clearly. Lungilo?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, cool then. Okay, so this is our lesson 3. Okay. Um, so we're gonna talk about advertising and marketing communication, IMC. Okay. So as usual, we'll go through it. If you have any questions, we discuss the questions. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. Um, what is IMC? Integrated Marketing Communication. Okay. So here it says it is a process of building and reinforcing relationships by developing and coordinating a strategic communication program through a variety of media or other contacts. Okay. So what it is saying there is saying it is a process of coming up with relationships, different relationships, and this relationship we develop them and we coordinate a way of communicating through different medias or other contents. It can be through newspapers, or it can be through radio, or it can be through television. At its most basic level, integrated marketing communications, or IMC, um, it means it is integrating all the promotional tools that they work together in harmony. Okay, so remember we have different promotional tools. We'll get to that. So we are saying in integrated marketing communication, we are going to use all these promotional tools so that they can work together to achieve our goals or our objectives. Okay. Once they have developed products and services, organizations or companies must communicate the value and benefits of the offering to both current and potential customers in both business to business and business to consumer markets. This statement is saying once a company has come up with a product or a service, it needs to communicate the benefits or the values of that product or service to either to other businesses or to consumer markets. Integrated marketing communications, IMC, provide an approach designed to deliver one constant message to buyers across an organization's promotions that may span all different types of media. Example, TV, radio, magazines, the internet, mobile phones, and so forth. For example, there is a soup company, Campbell Soup. It usually includes the good slogan in the print adverts, meaning in the either in the magazine or newspapers. Okay. Then on the same company, when it's advertising on the internet, in commercials or television and radio, it also includes the same slogan. So a company's advertisement should communicate a constant message even if it is trying to reach different audience. For example, although the messages are very similar, okay, Campbell's use of two variations of commercials, I'm going to show you the videos so that you can understand what I'm talking about, are designed to target different consumers. Okay, so we are saying this Campbell Soup Company, the message is the same, but it's targeting different people on different advertisements. Okay, so let me just show you the adverts so that we can be on the same page with what I'm talking about. Okay. So we're going to watch the first advert. This same company advertising the same things. Okay. So I'm going to play this one. The first one. Okay. So here's the first one. Good, no real cheese, taco chips, however you please. Oh, so much, just your style. Tomato soup, so versatile. Possibilities. Okay, you see the first advert. On the first advert there, you can see the people that are in the advert. A bit couples, a bit old people, isn't it? These are adult people. Okay, now let's watch the second advert. Campbell's chicken noodle possibilities. Slurp noodles broth, slurp some more. Good, that's for sure. Slurping's fun and everywhere. Wholesome Campbell's makes their day. Possibilities. Okay, you can see the dichotomy within these two adverts. It's the same company advertising the same product, but the way that they have approached the adverts to their target audience is different, isn't it? So that's what we're talking about when we talk about our integrated marketing communication, IMC. We are going to utilize all the promotional tools. For instance, this advert, the first one was targeting couples, old people, adults, isn't it? The second one is soup again, but on this one, they were specifically targeting the kids, meaning it's the same product, but the message still is the same. Okay. So changes in communication technology, like now we are living in the 21st century, technology is everywhere now. Tools such as the internet explain the reasons why IMC have become so important. Delivering constant information about a brand or an organization or a product, it helps to establish the brand in the minds of consumers. Like those two adverts, the adults there will remember the advert, the kids will also remember the advert. Okay, two different target audience there. And potential customers are always targeted using different approaches, but the message will remain the same. Many consumers and business professionals seek information and connect with other people and businesses from their computers and phones. This is the world where we are these days. Okay. So let's define what relationship marketing is. Relationship marketing is a form of marketing developed from a direct response marketing campaigns that emphasize customer retention and satisfaction rather than sales transaction. For example, thank customers through a social media post or with a surprise gift card. Create customer advocates or brand advocates. Programs to reward customers who provide word of mouth advertising on a brand's behalf. Offer discounts or bonuses to long-time or repeat customers. Relationship marketing, they are saying, you need to keep those customers that always buy your product. How do you do that? There are so many different ways of doing that. You can offer discounts. You might say, okay, this is like your third time buying from here. If you buy the fourth time, we are offering a 20% discount. Or you might say, if a customer purchases a certain product from you, you give them a gift card, maybe 100 Rand, 200 Rand to spend. Or You can thank them through social media. You can take a picture with them, post it on social media. I'm sure you have seen companies doing things like this. Okay, that's relationship marketing. Relationship marketing is a strategy designed to foster customer loyalty, interaction, and long-term engagement. Chances are high customers will come back to you if you offer them discounts. And you tend to have long-term engagement, meaning you're going to have long-term customers keep on coming back, customer retention. Because customers, whenever there's something for free, people will come back, isn't it? Because people, who doesn't want free things? Everybody wants free things. Okay. So relationship marketing is designed to develop a strong connection with customers by providing them with information directly suited to their needs and interests, and by promoting open communication. The relationship marketing involves a long-term process of building satisfied and loyal customers. Then the organization or the company makes its maximum effort to convert the first-time customers into the repeat customers. Remember, repeat customers, they are the first-time customers who repeatedly buy the product or service. Those customers that keep on coming back to your services or to your product. So relationship marketing is saying it is important to have those kind of people as your customers, and you need to make sure you satisfy them. Okay. Any questions there?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's look at an example of an advert that use integrated communication. Okay. So let's watch this as example. Okay, so there's a Coca-Cola advert. Okay. And they're saying it used IMC. Okay. Remember IMC, we said it's a process of building and reinforcing relationships by developing and coordinating a strategic communication program through a variety of media and other contacts. Okay. On this advert, Coca-Cola mentioned that it was the first to use ultrasound, isn't it? Let me play it a bit. This was the first company to do a TV ad. We created the first TV ad. Okay. So they are saying, Coca-Cola is saying, we are the first TV, we are the first to create a TV ad with sound and taste. Okay. On the TV ad, it activated an app and it sends a notification. So there is an element of TV, then there's an element of an app on a phone. Can you see now that we have two different platforms already? There's a TV, there is a phone as well. So they are saying, oh, okay. So they are also saying we added ultrasounds to the TV ad. Okay. So IMC is very important to marketers as well to advertisers. Okay. Do you have any question there?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's move on to advertising and the other marketing communication tools. So we've talked about IMC. Let's talk about the other marketing communication tools. Okay. So as a business, there's a different tons of tools at your disposal that can help an organization to generate awareness, support sales efforts. All these things are known as marketing communication tools. Okay, so marketing communication tools are different, are diverse programs that are used, are designated to communicate with your different target audience effectively. We won't only rely on advertisements or on advertisements. We also use other marketing communication tools to inform our target audience, to sell our brand to our target consumers. So these marketing communication tools include advertising, which is the center of this module, public relations, publicity, sales promotion, personal selling, direct response marketing, and sponsorship. So deciding the best way to use the above tools that we just mentioned in order to effectively reach your target audience, that is your marketing communication strategy. Okay, so we are saying marketing communication strategy underlines the best way or the best tools to use to reach your target audience. So either you're going to advertise your product, or you're going to do personal selling, or you're going to do sales promotion, or you're going to do public relations, publicity, or you're going to do direct marketing or interactive marketing, or you're even going to do events and experience. So collectively, these tools, as you can see from the diagram, are referred to as the marketing communication mix. So this is our marketing communication mix that you can strategize on how best to effectively reach to your target audience. Okay, so marketing communication tools or those marketing communication mix, it plays an important role in persuading consumers to purchase products or pay for services. Okay, so let's look at advertising. What is the role of advertising? Advertising, it originated some years and years back, so thousands of years ago, in Greece and Rome. Merchants used to advertise on their wares or on their shop walls. This is a long time ago. Then persuasive advertising involved with the advent of the printing press, with the coming in of the newspapers. Advertising also changed. It developed because now they were newspapers. Okay. So, advertising is derived from the Latin word adver, which means to turn or to turn the mind toward, to bring attention to certain things, diverting. Always advertisements, they try to divert our attention. Okay. So advertising is any paid form of mass presentation of ideas, products, or services by an advertisers addressed to selected target audience. So it is important to understand that every advert that you see, it has target audience. It's rare to find an advert that targets everyone. Only maybe during pandemic times, like now during the COVID-19 problem that we have adverts that are informing us about COVID-19. And these adverts usually they target everyone because everyone is affected by this pandemic. Okay. But usually business adverts, they have certain people that they target. Um, okay. So we're saying it's a paid form of mass presentation of ideas by advertisers addressed to selected target audience, like what I was saying, with the objective or the goal of creating awareness, informing, reminding, influencing, like what we discussed earlier on. For example, a cell phone manufacturer advertised their latest models of cell phones to persuade potential customers to purchase cell phones that suit their lifestyle. We always see how Samsung, how iPhone, how Sony advertise their cell phones. Every year when they come up with a new model, they advertise, saying, well, this is a better for this lifestyle. If you're a working class, you're independent, you're a young woman, you deserve this 830 advert, this 830 model. You've seen adverts like that. Okay. Supermarkets advertise products also to remind shoppers that certain products are available at their retail outlets. We have seen advertisements of Pick and Pay, ShopRite, Spar, telling us, no, you can come and buy. We have maize meal, we have rice, we have this and this within our retail shops. We have also seen political parties advertise to inform prospective voters of their campaign promises. Usually we see this during the election times when DA, Inkatha, EFF, ANC, they're advertising their ideas to the targeted audience. Who's the targeted audience? Those above 18 who can vote, isn't it? Okay, so that's the role of advertising. Then we have different types of advertising. So there are two types of advertising: product advertising and institutional advertising. Product advertising communicates information about products, whereas institutional advertising communicates information about the organization. Okay, so let me give you an example. When Samsung is advertising, it's advertising Samsung A30 cell phone model. It's advertising the model, that's the product. Okay. When let me see, when Boston Media House is advertising, it's advertising its institution, isn't it? It's advertising an educational institution and say we offer the best because we have better equipment with best lecturers, etc., etc. They're not advertising the product per se, but they're advertising an institution, an organization that they are selling to the people. Okay. So product advertising communicates information about products. Institutional advertising communicates information about the organization itself or the institution or the company itself. Okay. Then the advertising communication process. Okay. You have the advertiser who creates a piece of communication, such as a video that contains a message. That's the advertiser. Just like the advert that we just saw, Coca-Cola. That's the advertiser. They created a piece of communication. Okay. This piece of communication is then placed in the medium. Okay. So Coca-Cola took that video that they created, they placed that video on television. Okay. The audience of interest based on psychographic, demographic, or geographic characteristics then sees this advertisement and decodes and hopefully adopts the message being relayed. Okay, so when we talk of demographic, geographic characteristics, geographic, they're looking at the location, people, where are these people based? We are targeting people in KwaZulu-Natal, or we are targeting people in the whole Africa, targeting people in South Africa. We're targeting people in United States, in Zimbabwe, everywhere. Demographics, what kind of people are we targeting? Are we targeting the 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, or targeting everybody? Are we targeting those? Are we targeting white people? Are we targeting black people? You know, things like that. So that's the advertising communication process. You create the advert, you place that advert in a media platform. It can be a newspaper, it can be radio, it can be TV. Then who are you targeting? Are you targeting old people? Are you targeting the youth? Are you targeting those who reside in KwaZulu Natal, or are you targeting those who reside in Gauteng? Who are you targeting? Okay, so that's the advertising communication process. Okay, so the advertiser is the source of information or message, and the communication process. There may be a manufacturer or a retailer or a service organization or a government seeking to communicate a specific message in some form or another, whether directly or indirectly. The advertisement that is created contains the message they want to relay. These advertisements are usually prepaid by an advertising agent that the brand has hired. Okay, so usually companies will look for advertising agents. Advertising agents, these are people that create and produce an advert. So the advertising agent compiles an advertising or an advertisement using copy, artwork, music, sounds, video, whatever, colors. You tell them what you want, and the advertising agents create exactly what you want. Okay. Then the audience. The audience are also known as the target market, who are specifically targeted, either using geographical, like I explained, lifestyle, behavioral factors, and things like that. There are certain adverts that you will never target, for instance, religious people. There are certain adverts, you can't advertise pork to to Muslim people because they don't eat pork. So you can't take your advert and advertise pork to a Muslim community. That won't happen. Okay. Um, so these are some of the things that you will need to define in your target market. Then ideally, when the target audience views the advertisement, they will understand the communication and be persuaded to act, like what we discussed earlier on. Once they see the advert, does it interest? Does it give them the desire to purchase whatever you are advertising? It can be a service or it can be a product. Now, let's look at any questions.
No, sir.
Okay. I hope you're not sleeping there.
How?
you,
No, I'm not.
okay, you're too quiet. I want you to participate as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so criteria. Let's move on to criteria used to classify advertising. What criteria is used to classify advertising? Okay, so advertising is one of the most prominent and it's used everywhere as a communication tool in marketing campaigns. Because with advertising, there's a lot of awareness involved. So advertising can be classified according to four main criteria. Number one, the purpose of the advertisement. Target audience, geographical area, advertising media. Okay, let me explain this. The purpose of advertisement is a criteria. They are saying, why are we doing this advertisement? To what is it that we want to achieve? So that alone can classify your advert. Okay, why are we doing this? You understand? Then two, target audience. Who are we targeting? Who is going to view or read or see this advertisement? So your target audience, which people? Are you targeting lecturers? Are you targeting students? Are you targeting old women? Are you targeting Middle-aged women? Are you targeting rich or poor people? Okay, target audience. Then number 3, geographical area. Which area are you targeting? Geographically, are you targeting those in Cape Town? Are you targeting those in Pretoria? Are you targeting those outside South Africa? Geographical area is very important. Ooh, where? Where? Is it KwaZulu-Natal? If it's in KwaZulu-Natal, is it the whole of KZN? Or you're looking particularly for metro areas, Durban, Umhlanga? Or you're looking at all the ghettos. You're looking at Mlazi geographical area. Then the advertising medium. What do you understand by advertising medium?
I think it's the advertising medium is what you're going to use to advertise, is it not?
Yes, correct. Correct. Are you going to use the newspapers? Are you going to use Medium? Are you going to use Facebook? Are you going to use Twitter? What's the medium? What's the platform that you're going to air your advertisement? Okay. Okay, so like I was explaining before, so criteria, purpose, it's explaining all these things, your brand advertising. What's the purpose of this advertisement? Okay, so there's primary and selective demand advertising. Okay, primary demand advertising is designed to create a demand for a particular industry. For example, it can be fast food industry, McDonald's, it can be KFC, it can be Nando's, it can be whatever fast food industry. Okay, so these types of purpose-driven advertisements, they focus on highlighting the reasons to buy within an industry, or more specifically, to support a particular brand. Okay, so then we also have brand advertising. Brand advertising, it's a form of purpose-driven advertising. It seeks to create demand among consumers. This demand results in more purchases being made, and therefore the retailers are encouraged to approach their suppliers to get more. Brand advertising, the more you advertise, the more demand that is created, the more that product is purchased. Okay. However, this form of advertising is very difficult to achieve, as it requires the brand to effectively convince consumers to choose them over other brands, while still keeping the retailer aware of the product being advertised. Like what we have in our economy right now, like what we have in our market, we have different coffee, we have different alcohol brands. So for you to create an advert that will override any other adverts for any alcoholic beverage, it's going to be quite difficult, isn't it? Because there is competition. You will get competition from other different brands as well. Okay. Then we have corporate image advertising. Corporate image advertising, this form of advertising is also referred to as institutional advertising, like what we discussed before. It promotes the organization, mission, and philosophy. It is promoting a company mission and philosophy rather than their products. Example of this from a purpose-driven advertising would be, you look at a company's website. On a company's website, you find all the best things that they do. You find their mission, you find their vision, you find their goals, you even find their whatever that they have done in the past that gives them an edge over their competitors. Isn't it? Their work ethics, things like that. It's being promoted because it's about the company itself, not about the products that they are selling. Okay. Then commercial and non-commercial advertising. Commercial advertising aims to make a profit from their advertising efforts. Okay, so when a company advertises, in return, they expect sales so that they can make profits. They just don't advertise for the sake of advertising. Because remember, they spend a lot of money, thousands, millions of rands that are spent in advertising, in creating adverts. In return, all these companies would want to make a profit. That's commercial advertising. Non-commercial advertising is used by non-profit organizations and the government in attempts to gather volunteers, change behavior, or receive donations. Just like now, when government is advertising or even other non-governmental organizations, when they're advertising about COVID-19, they're not expecting to get um, money or profits in return, isn't it? It is for the benefit of the nation, for the benefit of the people, for the benefit of the population, for a change behavior. They're advocating for behavioral change. COVID-19, wear your mask, wash your hands. This is not for making profit. Okay, just like an HIV and AIDS advert, it's not meant to make money or profit. It's meant to change the behavior and attitude of people. Okay. Then we also have response advertising. The purpose of response advertisement is to encourage immediate action from the target market. Think of advertisements for promotions that state, call now without delay to avoid disappointment. These you've seen them, isn't it? When they say, okay, for now, so that you can get this product. If you miss the deadline, then you're gone. Usually this happens, what do they call it? On Black Friday. Black Friday, you see either GAM or advertise and say, this product will be available in the next 24 hours. If you don't get it now, you won't get it again. Okay, so that's a response advertising. Then you have retail advertising. Retail advertising, the purpose is to bring consumers into a retail shop to buy the products or brands stocked by the retailer. Retail advertising, you think of your Spar, your ShopRite, your GAM, your Woolworths, etc., etc. Then we have consumer advertising. It's aimed at consumers who buy products, us people who buy the products. And this consumer advertising, it can be pitched at national, regional, or local level. It can be within KwaZulu-Natal. It can be within Durban area. It can be within KwaZulu-Natal, or it can be for South Africa. Okay. Then we have business to business advertising. That's when a business is advertising to another business. This is used by business to advertise their products and services to another business. Okay, so the three categories of business to business advertising are as follows. Number one, there is industrial advertising. Industrial advertising focuses on raw materials, machinery, or office supplies that will supply you with this, supply you with the tables, will supply you with the raw materials. Okay, then professional advertising. These are advertisements aimed at professionals, doctors, that encourage professionals to make use of a particular product or service. Then you have trade advertising. This form of advertising is directed at wholesalers, retailers, and salesmen in attempts to get them to sell a particular product. Then we also have national advertising. This basically refers to advertisements that target the nation as a whole, like I was explaining, the whole of South Africa. Okay, just like when you see Nando's. Nando's is for South Africa, it's for everyone. Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, Pretoria, Cape Town, Northern Cape. Then we have regional advertising. Regional, this form of geo-targeted advertisement is specifically to a particular region. It can be for KwaZulu-Natal, it can be for Gauteng, it can be for Free State. Okay. Then you have local advertising that relate to a product or service in your immediate or surrounding area. Like you can get a local advertising in your local newspaper where you stay. If you stay in Glenwood, you might get an advert about a particular product or service that is offered within your local community. Okay. Then we have international advertising. When Coca-Cola advertise, it's targeting the whole world. Coke here, Coke everywhere, just Coke. Okay. Then we have various different channels through which we can advertise our products. This can be print advertising, that's newspaper, magazines, broadcast and electronic, that's your TV, that's your radio. Then you have outdoor advertising, is when you see your billboards, your posters, your street lights, your boards, everywhere. Then you have internet now, online advertising, third-party sites, your website, your Google ads, your display ads, email marketing, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all those things. Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
You sure? Okay. If you don't have any questions there, I'm sure you are tired now. Are you? Hello. Hello? I'm saying, okay, should we continue or you okay now?
I'm okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's move on now. So there are certain questions that you're going to discuss. Again, you'll find these questions, okay? Then we'll discuss them on Friday as well, okay?
Okay.
Let's move on. Let me see, because Zoom gives me 40 minutes here. Okay, so I'm almost time. Okay, so from our next lesson, okay, we'll just end here. From our next lesson, we're going to continue with the role of public relations. Okay, so we're going to
Yes.
go public relations, then we'll discuss also the other marketing communication tools that are used. So far we've discussed advertising, isn't it? And on advertising,
Yes.
we've discussed the criteria used for classifying advertisements and purpose of advertising and the different types of advertising, as well as different mediums that are used for advertising. Okay. Okay, so do you have any other questions before we call it a day?
No, sir, I don't.
You sure you're good?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave it here. Then we're going to continue. When do I see you again? Is it Wednesday?
I think it's Wednesday.
On Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday at 2, I think, yeah.
At 2 o'clock Wednesday.
At 2.
Okay, so on Wednesday again, we're going to have 2 sessions to just catch up with the other campuses. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so if you don't have any other question, I'll see you Wednesday at 2. If you have any questions, you can always communicate with me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so see you then.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.